civil/federal internships, navigating civil/federal employment, and counseling individuals to prepare them for career success. Mr. Harris feels a strong foundational work ethic is the first step to getting noticed by employers. He believes the most incredible on-the-job accomplishments will not be viewed as such if it is not properly conveyed on paper. Mr. Harris strives to help individuals effectively capture the knowledge and skills gained from employment to showcase their potential for greatness in the eyes of the employer. Join me in welcoming to the stage Mr. Mose Harris IV.
Is to understand that you all are sunflowers, okay? Beautiful, bold, bright, but to understand that with this sunflower, it goes through a process. It goes through a blooming process. So it doesn't just come out like this. And of course, sunflowers get their name because they look like the sun. They shine brightly. But in order for a sunflower to get to its full potential, it takes around 70, maybe 100 days in order to actually get to full bloom, full maturity. That is the process that it goes through. Sunflowers are tall plants. They can be 60 and 12 feet in height. So they stand tall, they stand strong, they stand bold. So again, I want you to understand, you all are sunflowers. embracing your bloom. Embracing that process. I'm Mose Harris with MH4 Professional Development Services. And this is what I want to talk to you about today. Embracing your bloom. So with that, we're going to go back to botany class today. All right? So let's think about the life cycle of a plant. The first process is going to be the seed. Next process is called germination. Next process is going to be growth. Then we have reproduction, pollination process, and then lastly, the final stage is spreading the seed. So let's start with the first one. That's the seed. All flowers start out in this process of being a seed. Just a shell. Inside that shell is a flower that's going to bloom at some point. But that seed is pretty much just untapped potential. That's what you all are. You're shells of individuals with untapped potential that you're hopefully trying to figure out how to tap into. So what's one thing about a seed in order for it to grow? What does a seed need to grow? Water. Sun. Okay? Good environment. I like that. Okay? A seed needs a good environment in order for it to grow. What happens if you throw a seed just on a road? Yeah, it's going to die. Okay? Dead. All right? There's no growth potential at all for that seed. So it has all the potential in the world to be beautiful flower, a beautiful sunflower, but it all depends on where you actually plant that seed, if it's actually going to do what it's meant to do in life. So how does that correlate to you all? I want you all to think about the environments you're putting yourself in, because that's the beauty of kind of your seed. You get to be the gardener. You get to plant your seed wherever you want to plant it at. You have sole control of that. So with that, think about what your environments are that you're putting yourself in. Where are you currently planting your seed? Is it in negative environments? Is it in positive environments? That's what you get to decide. Because your growth potential, it all depends upon where you're choosing to plant your seed at this present time and throughout your life. So think about that. Next part of the process, germination process. The germination process is an important process of the seed because it's kind of the stage where the seed begins to kind of recognize its environment. It begins to kind of accept, where it's at and understand kind of, what its potential can potentially be tapped into. And again, that is still dependent upon where it's actually planted. So in the germination process, that's where the seed starts to actually grow. It starts to, again, realize its environment, so it busts out of its shell. When are you going to burst out of your shell? When are you going to realize and understand all that is within you to be great in this world, so that you decide to say, okay, now it's time to bust out of my shell. I planted myself in good, strong environments, so these are the environments that I want to grow in. Because it's also the stage where a seed begins to grow roots. Why does a seed grow roots? Support it, yes. Because it needs to gravitate towards everything that's going to make it stronger, that's going to make it better. Because you got to understand that at this stage, this is when it needs things to pour into it. Because those leaves that start to form out of that seed, it's stretching out to grasp anything it can. Whether that's more water, whether that's more sunlight. Because it understands that it needs this environment around them in order to actually survive and grow strong. So as you start to think about your seed and you begin to burst out of your shell, think about what's being poured into you. Because what's one of the most important things a flower or a seed needs in order to grow? Water. Okay? So if we think about that concept of being poured into, what are those things that are being poured into you right now that you gravitate towards, that makes you stronger, that makes you mentally stronger, that allows you to get through day to day? What I recommend, positive friendships, number one. Think about your friends. Who are the people you hang around? Who's poured into you? Are these positive friendships? Are these negative friendships that are really just kind of bringing you down? That's going to be important to you. It's going to be important in your life throughout life as you make more friends and new friends, because they're going to be pouring into you. That is your environment. Next, inspirational social media posts. I know you scroll on social media all day. It's a lot of negative stuff on there, right? Okay. You don't need that stuff bringing you down day to day. Life has its own challenges, true enough. But to be scrolling on social media, just filling your head and your brain with all this negativity, that's not going to be any good for you. As you're trying to grow, you're trying to stretch your wings. So think about those inspirational quotes, those things that you wake up and you kind of recite to yourself. That's going to make you better throughout your day. Next, guidance. You have to seek positive, strong guidance, whether it's from your teachers or from your parents or relatives and things like that. There's a lot of people in this world that want to try to guide you because we've already been there. We see what you're going through. Yeah, things may evolve a little bit and things change and stuff like that, but for the most part, life is still life. So who are you seeking guidance from? Who in your life right now is trying to say, hey, maybe I wouldn't do that. Maybe you want to try it this way. Maybe you should, go after this thing here. Maybe you should join NCASC. I think you'd be a great leader. Those are people in your life right now that see that potential in you. And what I encourage you to do is just to tap more into that. Those people honestly have your best interests at heart. Next, carry mentors. Who in here can say right now that they have a mentor? Okay, good. I encourage you all to have a mentor. You're going to need mentors in your life. These are the people that will help you walk through each stage. When you're confused, when you have those days when you just don't know what decision to make and all, and you just need that guidance. That's what mentors are going to do. So figure out who's going to be a great mentor for you and call upon them, let them know. Because one thing about identifying a great mentor is you're letting that person know, hey, I would like for you to mentor me. That's how you build that relationship. Next and last, motivators. What motivators do you have in your life? Who are you surrounding yourself with that's pouring into you, that's motivating you, that's encouraging you to be great? We all need motivated. Don't let anybody confuse you and think that everyone's okay, they don't need to be pumped up, anything like that. We all need it. So I'd like you to do something right now. I've done this before, but I want to do it again. I want you to take a moment right now, the person to your right and to your left. I want you to tell them what you think about them. Give them at least one positive piece of information that you see about them.
Y'all cool.
Yeah, you cool. You funny too.
Keep it positive.
Y'all, I thought I had my leggings, and I was like, where'd they go? Mom was like, oh, I threw them in the trash. I was like, my leggings. She was like, you don't need to be wearing them no more. And I was like, okay.
You're good.
You remember your stuff?
It's on your shirt, right?
Don't be afraid to tell people what you think about them, the positivity, the positive things you see about them. We all need that. We all need that encouragement. So never be afraid to do that, because that's how a lot of people realize really kind of what their potential is in life. That's how you kind of discover what your passions are. Because someone's maybe sharing with you, hey, I think you're great at this. I think you're a great communicator. I think you're a great leader. I like how you motivate others. So you're a team player, things like that. So never be afraid to share that information with someone, because you never know how much you can brighten their day. All right? So that concludes the germination process. Now let's talk about what I feel is the most important process of a plant cycle. That is the growth process. So understand that in the growth process for any plant, this is where, in the growth process, this is where photosynthesis takes place. Okay? And my scientists in the room, what's photosynthesis about? What's that? Yes. Okay? So the photosynthesis process is where a plant begins to produce its own food. Okay? It changes it takes in sunlight, it converts it to sugar, which then turns into energy, which gives the plant strength so they can continue to grow. So think about that. A plant can't just survive just by being itself. It has to actually create its own food. So in essence, it has to be self-sustaining. It has to be self-sustaining if it wants to live, if it wants to grow. So at that point, it can't just rely on others. It has to do some things for itself. So how does that correlate to you all? You all have to be self-sustaining. Once you burst out of that shell, you start to realize your potential. Now, how are you going to grow that potential? That's why tapping into anything and everything that you have to create that energy within yourself to continue to be all that you can be in life. That's how you continue to grow. That's how you continue to evolve. And people see that within you. So with that, you're going to be on a journey. That journey you're going to be on is towards success. Anyone in this room doesn't want to be successful in life? Let's get that out of the way. Anybody? Good. We're all trying to get to some type of point of success in our life. But on that journey, that road to success, the first question you want to ask yourself, what does success mean to you? What does success mean to some of you? Throw out some answers.
Having a good work-life balance.
Work-life balance. Good. Being happy.
Any push to do something that needs to help get to that goal, be determined.
Good. Couple more. See right there in the middle?
Just like being a leader and someone that people look up to.
All right. Get the two in the back.
Make my parents and grandparents proud.
All right, like that.
Look at myself and grow.
Okay, good. Last one right there. Good. So as you kind of listen to some of the answers in the room, that's what I like to hear. You hear different answers. And that's one thing I want you to understand, that when it comes to success, there is no one thing. There's no one thing out there that says, okay, hey, this is what success means. You get to deem what success looks like for you, and only you. So furthermore, don't dictate your level of success off of someone else. That's their level of success. That's what they deem that success means to them. You have to figure out what that is for you. And again, some of the responses that you gave were excellent. Those are the things you strive towards. But I just see far too often that people, they'll look at certain things on social media or whatnot, and they'll say, okay, hey, that person's successful. That's what I want to be, because that's obviously what success is. You decide what that looks like for you. And when it comes to thinking about that, this is the next question. What kind of life do you want for yourself? What kind of life do you want? We all at some point think about that, because that's what kind of sets the stage for what we aspire to be. We have to think about that. What is it what kind of life do I want? What do I want my life to look like in the future? Tell you a little bit about me. This is me, okay? Let y'all soak that in a little bit. This is what I want my life to look like. I love places like this. Everything that I do, when I work hard at work and run my company and things like that, is because I want to create as many moments like this as possible. This is my happy place. Being in the ocean, some type of beautiful beach. That's where I want to be. That's what my level of success looks like. If I can create these moments. But they may not be for everybody. Some of you may be crazy and like the mountains and snow and stuff like that. All right? That's not me. But again, I'm the one that has decided that for myself. And that's what I strive to do in every kind of walk of my life. So let's look from a standpoint of this right here, because this is what is going to bring that actual success that you wanted to achieve. You got to make a decision. Job or career? There's a difference. What's a job? Some part-time. Okay. What else? What's a job? Yeah. What you got? Yeah. May not be passion, something you want to do. Last one. Yes, you. Anybody?
That he's doing because you're trying to get money.
Trying to get money.
Part-time, like he said.
Yeah. So what's the career then?
Something that you're passionate about and then
enjoy a passion, working towards. A lot of your life, yeah. Right in the back, want to share? What you got?
It doesn't really feel like work.
Doesn't really feel like work. I like that. Good. That's a career. You have a job versus a career. That's a decision you're gonna have to make. Because one, you simply walk up to an employer, say, hey, hire, they give you an application, fill it out, that's it. If you want that career, you're gonna have to work towards that. It's not gonna be handed to you. Yeah, you can very well work a job for the rest of your life. But working a job, less money, less stability, a little more headaches, things like that. But that career, that's what is going to create that lifestyle that you want for yourself. If I wanted to go to as many beaches as possible in this world, a job is not going to get me there. But that career is. So as we think about that journey to your career, look at it from the standpoint of a road trip. Okay, so let's say you're taking a road trip. What are some things you're going to pack with you? What do you need? Clothes, snacks, toiletries. Yeah, got to remember toiletries. Headphones, money. Yeah. Okay. Phone. Yeah. One of the most important things you're going to need with you on that trip is going to be a map. Yeah, you got a map. Okay. Yeah. You gotta have a map. What is that map going to help you do?
Get to your destination.
Get to point A to point B. Anyone in here ever been lost before? Yeah, how does that feel?
Terrible.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm never around people. Right? That's scary. You don't know where you're going. You're trying to figure things out. See, y'all are lucky nowadays because y'all have, we have, Google Maps and things like that and all. Nah, this is what we had back in the day. Okay? Atlas, MapQuest. Shout out to my MapQuest people. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, y'all probably didn't touch the Atlas, right? No. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It was a struggle back in the day. You had to use the big, you had to fold out the map.
No, he said
like that. It's a lot easier nowadays. But maps help to show you where you need to go. It points you in that direction. So you don't get lost, so you don't get confused. So make that journey a little bit easier for yourself. So we have these maps to get us to physical locations, but when it comes to our career and our future, this is what a lot of people are. They're walking around lost, confused, not knowing which way to turn or where to go. What I want you to understand today is just like there's a map to get us to physical locations, there are also maps to get us to success. The map has already been laid out. But the thing is, a lot of people just choose not to follow it. I would never go somewhere that I don't know how to get there and just want to just drive. I won't do that. Especially if I know there's a tool out there that can help me get there a lot faster, a lot quicker, with a lot less headache, run out of gas, things like that. But that's what people do when it comes to them trying to get to that level of success. They're out here wandering, not knowing or understanding that there's a map that can help them get there a lot faster, a lot easier. Because the thing is, when it comes to thinking about success, it's kind of that ray of light in the distance. We know it's there, we know it's attainable and all, but it's always that question of how exactly do I get there? What roads do I take? So the thing I want to encourage you all to do as you go throughout this year is think about how are you following that map? Are you trying to create your own lane of something that has already been, that map has already been created that you can follow that's going to help you get there? Or are you going to say, nah, I want to make this thing just a little bit easier for myself, a little less of a struggle, and I'm going to follow the map that's actually laid out for me. And those are some of the tools I want to give you in this growth process of your seed maturing and blossoming. First thing I want you to understand, when you think about success and trying to reach a level of success, this is not what it is. Success is not just simply looking good. And I talk about this lot of people have you think because they look good in a suit, they can dress up well, that's all that success is. And it's not. That's just someone that looks good in some clothes. Okay? So don't ever get caught up in that kind of that image process of, a person looks good, so they must be successful. No, because in the real world, us real professionals, we understand it takes more than this. It takes more than just looking good in a piece of clothing. What I want to encourage you all is to get the total package. When I say that word, the total package, what does that mean to you? Beauty, brains, and brawn. Beauty, brains, I like that. Put that on a t-shirt or something like that. What else? Who can top that? I need another 3-letter word or something like that. Courage, caring, passion. Total package. What else? What does that mean to the rest of you? Yeah.
I think that being a total package is that you have all the elements you need in order to be marketed.
I like that. I like that. Having all the elements needed. Okay? So let's look at it from this standpoint. Let's do a little comparison then. Okay? So verses here. Who we got on one side? All right. Okay, all right. So we got T Swift. I call it that. T Swift. Okay. We got T Swift on one side, and on the other side we have. All right, so we got these two ladies right here, top music artists. Who has the total package and why? Oh, from a T Swift. All right. Okay, yeah. Why T Swift has the total package? Taylor Swift. Okay, that's all. We need a better argument than that. Yeah. Okay, you got to defend that. Part of the house.
Yes, but
That's okay.
she not only
Damn.
has a family and she knows how to balance that with her career, but she also is successful and she's known. She has, I would consider her a business owner because the way she knows how to market her songs, I think she's like one of those.
All right. I need a rebuttal. What T Swift out there? Okay, you got your hand back up. Yeah, what you got?
I personally think it's both of them. They both have a different package. A total package could be different. Than, Beyonce is very much a performer. Taylor Swift has good songs. I don't think we should be comparing both of them.
So I agree with him. I don't think that you should be compared when you put Taylor up there. I said he puts Beyonce against her, then they're equal and there's not a better there. But I'm gonna say that Taylor faced diversity and she turned the adversity of her manager around and made a great business decision where most artists would have
Okay. So we got Drake. Another side. Okay. Your hand went up quick. What you got?
If we're being honest, J. Cole's from Fayetteville, so if y'all hating on him, we're in his town, so you know. But I agree. Anyways, Drake can be an OG off for sure, but I always stand with J. Cole because all his music is story based on his real life. Drake just rapping about clubs, money, and everything else, but like that's some real stuff. It's true. He has anyways.
Okay. All right. I'll let you go ahead.
Drake is an OG. Like we grew up on Drake. He has every genre of music. He has the rap. He has the stories. He has the cries. He got all of it.
The cries. Yes.
I might be a little bit biased in my opinion, but I feel like outside of the music world, J. Cole has done a lot of philanthropy for his people, his music, his community, and he's also teaching kids that there's more to life than materialistic needs. So I feel like the total package encompasses different elements besides just blackness and that aspect of it.
Cause that's how you feel.
All right, you then you. Thank you.
All those answers, like, that makes sense. The total package is really all about percent. Because if you really look at it, there's really no correct answer to all of this. It's all about perspective, because every person's gonna have different little.
I like that. I like your take on it.